Roger the Pirate King is going to be the first 7,000 power leader in this game, and surprisingly, we have already seen a lot of support for the leader. This likely won't be all of the support we gain, it's enough to actually make a viable deck list with and really start to see what the true power of this leader may be. As such, although I don't usually put out videos like this without the full card list released, I thought that maybe this time we can make an exception because it is Roger. Basically, every card that we've seen so far from the Roger Pirates ramps or searches for the ramp cards, and as such, the deck has a very powerful and scary curve once it gets going. And after trying the list, I do already want to tweak it, but I want to show my day one deck list with the current card pull out, and we'll continue to adjust this as we go.
I just had the idea to just laugh as hard as I can.
And why aren't you? So this is going to be Roger versus Rayleigh. Zoro can't beat Luffy in the story. You know, Luffy is just him. But can Rayleigh beat his Luffy in Gold Roger?
Dude, there's some power scaler in your comments that's gonna get so mad.
As Roger's first mate, I'm going to see if I can kill him before he gets to the point where his leader becomes 7,000 power, it seems.
Yeah, I think like at most the things in your deck become like base 6,000, right? So if I reach that point, I feel like it's pretty over for you.
I have a lot of things that make me increase power like exponentially.
Okay.
Not exponentially, but like a lot. Anyways, before we get into the video, I would appreciate if you guys consider subscribing. If we can get to 20,000 by the end of August, I'll do a story time video about the time that I almost died in the Swiss Alps.
That did happen.
Anyways, yarimashou.
Seishogu, Jankenpoi, Aiko. I'll go first.
So first, if you can get the high roll off, is very scary, but a lot harder with at least the current card pool.
Yikes!
I'm mulliganing immediately. Here's my hand.
I'm gonna mulligan this just because I don't have the 2k counter buggy in this hand, and also I do have Banklei, but I want other ramp cards more.
Onegaishimasu.
Okay. End turn.
Doro. Hankoku. And check top 5. This could be a bit risky. I could also just double search, but I feel like if I can find my Luffy here, which I didn't, so maybe I'm in trouble, then it would have been a lot nicer. But still, Howl Shokunaki. And end turn.
And then, because my leader effect, I'll put 1 bill on my leader. 6k leader.
I'll take this attack.
Then 2 cost, I'll play Buggy. And because my leader is Roger Pirates, and I have a given dong, I'll add 1 rested dong and end turn.
Draw. So unfortunately I don't have my 4-cost Luffy, but I could potentially find a decent option off of this Nami, so let's first search with that. Check the top 5 for a Straw Hat Crew. Okay, there's my Luffy. It was unfortunately the next card. In which case, on this turn, I do want to pressure you really hard if possible. I'll use my leader effect, 2 events, to give Hancock plus 2,000 power. I'll hit with Hancock for 5,000 at leader.
I'll take.
And you're gonna let me play Solitaire for a little bit here. I'm gonna play Nami. I think this is gonna become relevant later on. King Kong Gatling. And then for 1 dong, I'm going to play Shakuyaku. I will add Luffy. And then for 1 dong, I'm going to play Shakuyaku. Howl Shokunaki. Send to the bottom. And I am tempted to kind of use this Hancock effect to buff up my leader. I should have thought about this before I started playing Solitaire. But I don't think that Buggy on the board's going to usually have leftover dong to be able to hit next turn. So you have 6 next turn, but 1 has to go to your leader, so you only have 5. And I imagine that you, at the very least, you don't have 2 dong to attach to Buggy to hit into Hancock. I will pass. Oh, sorry. I can hit with this. 5,000 leader.
Okay. I'll take.
Okay, so it's good for me to not use that Hancock effect. End turn.
Dong. Added dong on my leader. 2 ramp cards in my hand are God Thread and the new Oden. And with God Thread, I could take out something on your board and add a dong and then take out Hankoku. But because you have 2 Luffys in your hand, the KO effect of that is pretty useless because you're gonna have to get rid of something anyway. I think it's a bit of a waste to use God Thread. I'll hit 6k into Hancock.
Okay, 2k counter Hancock.
Play Oden. And what that does is, if I have any dong given, which I do, I add a rested dong and end turn.
Draw. Ooh, good card. Leader effect. Show you 2 events, and I will make my Shakuyaku plus 2,000 power. I'll add 2 dong and hit.
I'll take.
Taking every single hit. Play Luffy. Then on play, show you 2 events, and replace Shakuyaku to play Hankoku. Then Hankoku, oh sorry, Luffy's effect, I can attach 1 rested dong to my leader. and then Hankoku's effect. And I'll add an event or Luffy. Fortunately, I only have one target, but it is still a good one. So I'll add Hao Shokunaki to my hand. Hit for 6,000 leader.
Block 1k.
Okay, and turn.
Leader effect, added Dong. Play the new Rayleigh. This card is Rush, and on play, if I have any given Dong, which I do, I rest one of my opponent's characters of cost or 5 or less, and I'll rest that one.
Okay.
And then at the end of my turn, I gain 1 active Dong. So I'll go 6k into Luffy.
I really need this Luffy alive. I can't defend a 9k attack. I'll let this attack through.
9k leader.
Take. Okay.
End turn, and then from Rayleigh's effect, I'll gain an active Dong.
Oh wait, so are you 7,000 power now?
自分の場のドンが9枚以下の場合、このリーダーのパワーはマイナス2000。
Yeah, so you're Juma.
Yes. So because I have 10 dong on my board, I'm 7,000 power now.
Dude. I haven't played the game yet.
Yeah.
That's so fast. I haven't been able. I've done like 4 attacks total.
To be fair, I did have like genuinely perfect curve.
Yeah, I mean, of course. But like, for example, if you're going second, you only need 2 of those cards.
Yeah.
You know? That's so fast. I didn't think that you become. I forgot that you just become 7 from this turn. Because like blue, purple, Luffy, red, purple, Luffy, they get their effects when your next turn starts. But because of this card, you're now at 10 dong, and like now it's a problem.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. It's kind of crazy.
7k. Kinbun Shokunaki. I will attach a dong to my Rayleigh, and I'm going to check the top 4 cards for a 3 cost or higher, or a red event. I just need power right now. I'm gonna pick up Sanji. I'll just keep showing you events that you've already seen. I'll use my leader effect to show King Kong Gatling and Hao Shokunaki.
Yeah.
To buff my Hancock. Now it is 5k. Yay! So I think that I just want to keep chipping away at you, but you're 7k already. It's turn 4. Look at my board. Add up all of the power here. 8 leader.
Use Gum Gum get Jet Gatling and throw away God Thread.
Still means that you don't have a 2k, so I need to keep trying to exploit that fact. Is there something else that I can do, given that information? I maybe actually am not in a rush to play this Luffy right now. Because assuming that you play 10 Roger next turn, everything on my board gets minus 2k'd. So if I just hit as much as I can right now while your leader's still 7k, then use the next turn to build up my board, and then hit again the turn after that because you can't play 2 Rogers in a row, then maybe I'm in a better spot. That's also given the fact that you don't draw like another Rayleigh or something. But maybe that's better. So 8, if I can make more 8s, I think that makes sense. Yeah, attach 2 dong to my leader and hit for 8.
I'll use Radical Beam.
That's pretty big for me. I'll use my Hancock effect, send her to the trash, and attach 2 rested dong to Shakuyaku. For 2 dong, I'll use Gum Gum King Kong Gatling, and because you have a 7,000 power character or higher, I can gain plus 4,000 power, which I will give all to Shakuyaku and hit your leader for 8,000 leader.
Oh, that's really annoying. Take.
Okay, we're making progress. Enter.
Okay. 9k leader.
I'll take the 9. Okay.
Play Roger. I'll just read the card because it's really complicated. Negate the effects of your leader and negate the effects of your characters without Roger pirates included in their types, which means the minus 2,000 effect, if I don't have 9 or less dong, is negated. And it doesn't affect my board at all because everything's Roger pirates. If I had a blocker or something on the board that wasn't a Roger pirate, I would no longer be able to use that as a blocker, or even use Banklei's on attack effect, for example. That wouldn't be able to work.
That's true.
And dong minus 3, up to one of your leaders gains plus 2,000 power until your opponent's next end phase. So my leader's now 9,000 power.
Yeah. So it's negated, and because of the Roger effect, it's the 7k base plus the 2k, so now it's 9. Until when?
The end of your next end phase. Then give all of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power until your opponent's next end phase.
So my board's 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll hit 2k into Shakuyaku.
I guess that's, yeah, no, that's understandable.
9k leader.
Yikes, dude. I thought I could survive one more turn and like set up for a lethal next turn. Maybe I still can. We'll see. 9k leader. 2, 2, 1, 10.
Okay. I'm thinking how much it would hurt you if I attacked with Odang versus how much it would hurt me. And like, even if you play something, you won't be able to kill me next turn just because of the amount of dong that will cost. I'll hit you for 6k.
+2.
End turn.
But my leader is 5k though, right? Just,
Yeah.
My board is 0. So if I can just hold on this one turn, then I might be able to survive. Let's play Nami, because there's a decent chance I can at least go 1000 counter for 1000 counter. I won't probably use all of my dong anyways, so if I can upgrade this into something that would be nice. I got a Sanji, Kinbun Shoko no Haki, attach an active dong, and then check the top 4 for a 3 cost or higher or an event. Yeah, okay. Pick up Kinbun Shoko no Haki, and I'll use Kinbun Shoko no Haki to attach an active dong to my Rayleigh, and check the top 4 for a red event or a Monkey D. Luffy. Pick up Busou Shoko no Haki. It's possible, I think. I might be able to survive. We'll see. I wonder if there's a world where I don't play the character off of Luffy just to have the extra counter. But then in that world, I lose to something like the red 8 cost Rayleigh. So for 4, play Luffy, and I'll show you 2 events. And you just saw these, so it doesn't actually matter that much. Actually, you know this is in my hand. So I'll show you Kusou Shoku and Hao Shoku to then play Sanji out of my hand, and then attach a rested dong from Luffy's effect to my leader. Then I will hit your Olden, which is 6000 power, with my Rayleigh for 8.
Leaving 3 dong up?
Yep.
I'll take.
Okay. I think that's one of the risks of resting the blocker there, is that basically any attack that's not 9k or higher, you feel obligated to just let it through, or else the point of your leader being 9k right now doesn't make sense. So something to think about. I was thinking about holding on to my characters a bit to just push all together next turn, but I don't need this many. So I'm going to use my leader effect, show you the same 2 events, give my Nami plus 2k, and hit your buggy for 2k.
Okay.
Enter, and now, oh, your leader's still 7k, because your effect is permanently negated.
Oh, I guess so.
But you still do have to touch it. Oh no.
No, I don't.
No,
Yeah.
because, no, you don't, because your leader is negated. I just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can play like the red Rayleigh and leave up a dong for radical beam. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. And I was like, it's okay. He'll get rid of one of my characters, but like maybe I can push through with the amount of damage I have in my hand and board. But like if you have that much counter and a Rayleigh, then I can't do anything now. I could also just die this turn. I haven't done the math.
Let's start with a 9k leader.
So if I take this attack, then it becomes, oh, it's 7k base, so the math's not just default math. So I need to defend this attack. Or do I need to? Can I defend a 15? Nope. Can I defend a 15? Hold on, how much do I want to risk it? I pretend you're not hearing this. This is me talking to the voices in my head, aka YouTube comments. If you play defensively on this turn, I don't know what you're going to do this turn. I don't see a way that I can win in most scenarios. There are still ways that I can win. If I can make you go for my leader and I somehow find enough counter in my life, then I have a chance the next turn. So therefore, although having to look down a 13,000 base character as well as a 7,000 base character with 10 dong active is very scary with only 1 life, I will take this attack.
So I wasn't listening to what you just said, but I would at least think about the possibility that that was a bait for me to go for lethal. I'll go for the safer play, not put any dong on Roger, and go for a safe 13k to leader.
Safe 13k leader. I'm going to take that.
Are you baiting me right now?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Okay, let me do the math.
Yeah, I have 1 card in hand.
I think I'll stay safe and 8 don't play Rayleigh. I'll minus 3,000 Luffy and minus 2,000 Sanji and KO Luffy.
Like,
you're gonna die like next turn no matter what anyway, and I don't assume a 7k to leader is gonna go through. I'll just do 7k to Nami.
Okay.
End turn.
Doro! I think I just do 2 attacks, but it might actually, if you end up using Radical Beam, I have to have these as an option. So what's the threshold that I want to hit? I want to hit at a threshold that would maybe force you to use the Radical Beam if you were to have it without committing too much. First instinct would be to hit at 9k. Maybe you've not picked up any 2ks the entire game, but that's optimistic. Right now, this character is minus 2,000 powered from the Rayleigh, right?
Yes.
No, I don't have enough. So I have to just hope that you are terminally struggling with 2ks. Leader effect, show you 2 events. So now he's at 6,000. And I'll attach 2 dong and hit you for 8.
Kamusari.
Okay, 2 dong on Nami. King Kong Gatling, plus 4 to Nami, so she's now 8,000 power. Busou Shoku no Haki, attach an active dong to my leader, and plus 1k to Nami. So now she's at 9k. 9k leader.
Tick.
9k leader.
8k, 9k, 10k.
Why is it 7k?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Okay, entered.
Okay.
I tried my best. I think that, you know, given the fact that I'd never played against that deck, I think I had the right idea.
23k leader.
23k leader. you want some King Kong Gatlings with that too? I don't have enough. GG.
GG.
So I expected your deck to be a bit like, you know, NL or Blue Purple Luffy, where like the game starts once you drop that Roger, but the game like ends after you play the Roger.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I somehow like didn't compute in my head that like negate leader effect means it's just 7,000 forever.
if I can't get rid of that Roger, then it's just permanently your leader's gonna be 7,000, which I was expecting to happen. First of all, it happened way faster than I thought. I did miss out on a good 4 long turn, which did hurt me a little bit. But I thought that like aggro decks could be able to potentially like expose the weakness of Roger. One other thing is that I had in mind that he was a 7,000 power leader, so I only put in 8 2Ks, but you probably want to increase that.
Yeah.
I just kind of like, I was thinking, oh, he's 7K leader, he doesn't need that many 2Ks. You probably do want like 10 to 12-ish, maybe, just to get past that early game. So, you know, but day 1 deck list with not a full card list, but people are complaining about Eikas Katakuri having blocker and restand and give you rested dong. This one has like 3 effects that are like stronger. It's rush, rest, and active dong.
It's 9,000 power.
It's like the polar opposite of the Eikas Katakuri, and like so powerful, and a 9,000 power, and it's Rayleigh. There's another thing I was thinking about, which is kind of fun, is that there are so many cards called Rayleigh in that deck. We're still going to see a fair few cards of support, but I think that the core of Roger is already out, so we can already start to mess around with it. How did you feel?
It felt very strong. Even like I had a very strong curve, but not like very strong draws otherwise. Like even despite that, like you just kind of didn't stand much of a chance.
I don't know, it felt like I was doing a lot of really small and technical things, trying to find ways to min-max my damage, and you were just there like like just aura farming. You're like standing there at the top of the mountain, like 9k power, with my board that's 0 power, and it's like, good luck, dude. I think though maybe not blocking, or maybe not attacking with the Olden on that turn maybe would have been better.
Yeah.
Because you get 2k out of me, which is okay, but with the size of your board, you don't need that extra 2k.
Yeah, that 2k isn't what made the difference.
Yeah, but a blocker would have made the difference. Because a blocker effectively against this deck is kind of 1 extra life. And 1 extra life when your leader's base 7k just feels so far away.
Yeah.
You know, not only that, but there's like also the other Rayleigh that's just 2 draw 1 trash later on too. Once you play the 10 cost Roger and your leader becomes 9k for 1 turn, but 7k subsequently with a 13,000 power character on the board, all you have to do after that's just to keep playing, you know, blocker, leave up dong, Roger, Rayleigh, these sorts of cards, and just finish out the game. So the tempo, the game speed, I should say, of Roger was a lot faster than I thought, and this is our first effectively 5,000 power base, 5 life, 2 color leader, but has the merit of becoming 7k after apparently turn 4.
It's a ridiculous leader effect.
No, that was crazy. I think there's also a fun version you could do of that, which is just like 40 ramp triggers. I mean, not 40, you know.
Oh yeah.
But like 30, so you make sure you just ramp on the turret first too, and then you get to 10 like immediately. That doesn't sound bad at all.
Yeah, you could maybe even reach 10 dong at 3, like at turn 3.
Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe let me know what leaders you're excited for in the new OP13 set, although it's going to come out a little while away now from the West, but still very exciting things we're going to see. I hope you guys will come back next time. Bye-bye.